Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for me and make sure you click that bell so you're notified every time I post. And before we get into this video, don't forget to follow all my social medias. They'll be down below linked in the description. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter so you can stay up to date with everything and all my notifications and stuff like that, for when you know when I post new things and just stuff like that. So today's video, from the title, as you can see, is going to be a video about periods and tips like that, stuff like that. So I'm gonna just give y'all a backstory about me and my journey. So I would say the normal age to get your period is like around 10 to 13 or whatever. I mean, it's different for every female, like everybody's body is different, but personally for me, I got my period when I was 12. I was in 6th grade. I remember this day like nothing. I was in reading class, right? And I don't know, for some reason I really wanted my period. Like, I was in 6th grade. I think all my friends had it. Not saying that I'm a follower or anything, but you know, when your friends have something, you want to experience it too. And like, I would watch so many period videos and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'm on my period just like everybody else. And it realized it wasn't coming. So one day, this might be kind of TMI, but just bear with me. I feel like really wet, but sometimes as girls we have like discharge, so it might not even be a period. So I went to the bathroom and it was just like, it wasn't like blood, but it was like this brown type of discharge. So I'm just like, oh my god, I got my period. But y'all, anybody who has not had their period yet, thank the Lord, and you're lucky, because for me, my period is living hell. When I mean it's living hell, it's living hell. I have cramps. My flow is real heavy, and I just don't like it. Like, I wish I didn't have a period. But you know, as we grow up, we get periods. I'm gonna start with like the hygiene thing. I want to touch on that first because I feel like it's very important as a female, and just period. So it goes for female and male. Y'all know, if you watch me, if you're new here and you subscribe, you'll know. I can't stress this enough. I'm very up there when it comes to hygiene. Like, I don't play about none of that. Like, I don't find it cute. I don't find it funny, none of that. So for one, when I'm on my period, I wash myself everywhere. But I just make sure that I take a shower twice a day. I just feel like that's the better route to go about things, because for one, when you wake up in the morning, you have blood from last night and you want to take a shower. You know, you don't want blood circling around your vagina. And you know, when you have blood, if you have a high flow period, the blood may get into your lips and stuff like that. It's just not sanitary. And then you want to shower at night, because no matter if you've been outside or if you have been at home, you just want to, you know, always be good down there. You don't need to use no feminine wash or nothing like that, or no scented soap. That does not go down there. I use Dove personally, but everybody has their different type of soaps. But this is the Dove that you can use. This is the sensitive soap. This is the sensitive skin one. So you don't even need a lot. You just need a little bit, and you could put it on a washcloth and you could just wash. And then here's another one. This is the Dove White Bar. But like I said, just make sure that you're washing your area correctly, and make sure you get all the blood and stuff like that out of there, because you know, you don't want dry blood or nothing down there, because blood traps odor. Especially, people might wax, people might shave. You might be too young for that. Whatever you do, float your boat. But if you have hair and blood, that's not going to mix well, because hair traps odor. And then when you have blood on top of that, period blood at that, period blood kind of has like an irony type of smell. So you just don't want it as a woman. You don't want to smell like that. You don't want to walk around smelling like odor. So it's different types of things you can use when you're on your period. There's tampons, there's pads, there's cups. Tampons and pads, those are the two main things that people use. But personally, guys, I like tampons, and I'll tell you guys why. Even though they're not the really most safest way or route to go about it, I just like them better in the way they suit me. I have a heavy flow, like I said, so I use this box right here. This is it's ultra, so it's the highest. So for me, I have like a high flow, like I just said. So I don't really like pads, because when I first got my period, the first 6 months was light. Like, It was barely no blood, just basically like brown discharge type stuff, but it was still a period. As time went by, my flow started getting heavy, and me, I don't like blood, and I don't like sitting in nasty stuff, period. So I would rather use a tampon because I don't like sitting in my flow. At times I would just feel like I'm just sitting in a puddle of blood. Don't get me wrong, you're supposed to change your pad, of course, but regardless, it just, you know, it didn't suit me. I didn't really like it, to be honest. So, you know, I switched to using tampons in 7th grade. To each his own. If your parent doesn't allow you to do that, then you can use a pad. Make sure you're changing it very often. You don't want to walk around smelling like fish or nothing like that. I change my tampon like every 2 to 3 hours. The thing about tampons, there's something called TSS syndrome. It's called TOC syndrome. Is where if you leave a tampon in for too long, you can get TOC syndrome, and you could possibly die. So, and one thing, the only reason why I have pads, you guys, is because you should not sleep with tampons because you cannot leave them in for more than 8 hours. I put a pad in overnight, and I use this brand of pads. It's called Always. I just have a big bag just for the simple fact that I don't use pads, so this could maybe last me like a year or something. It comes with 27 pads, but these are the big ones because, like I said, my flow is heavy. And one reason why I stopped wearing pads as well is because it would leak, like it would leak through. And I just didn't want to feel like I was walking around in a diaper. So this is what it looks like, you guys. When I wore pads, I had the ones with the wings because I feel like those are the best. So the thing about periods is you don't have the same flow the whole time of your period, at least not for me. I'll bleed heavy for at least 2 to 3 days, and then my flow will get light. So what I'll do is when my flow gets light, I put in a light tampon. This is regular. As far as cramps, you guys, my cramps are the worst. When I tell you, I be acting like I'm not even dramatic when I'm saying this. I be really thinking I'm going to die. And one thing I discovered was something called Midol, but I do not use that. I do use is Motrin. I'm going to show you guys that. So this is what the Motrin looks like, you guys. You can get this at your local CVS, your local drugstore. You can get it anywhere. Take 2 every 4 hours or every 2 hours. You don't want to take too much because it's not that serious. So make sure you eat something before you take the pills too. Another thing that helps with cramps is a heating pad. Another thing that helps you guys with periods is working out. I know a lot of you guys don't work out. Personally, me, I just don't see the point in working out sometimes. I say I'm going to do it, but then I don't end up doing it. Working out really does help with your period cramps. I heard drinking water, you want to make sure you drink a lot of water because it'll slow down your period a lot. The flow won't be as heavy. One thing that you guys should avoid when you're on your period is caffeine. All those things like coffee and chocolate and stuff like that, it's not good for you. I crave a lot on my period. And one thing about me is I love chocolate. But you know, you just can't have certain things when you're on your period. I'm going to show you guys all of these period apps that I use. First one that I use is Flow. It looks like this. Basically, this is what it looks like. And this is how you track your periods. You just go on the calendar and you just say when you start your period. And it just tracks it. You could put when you're intimate and it just tracks on everything. And it just lets you know how you're doing. So this is what Clue looks like. Don't mind them numbers, as well I don't use this app. So basically what you do is you go to the blood part, press the track, and then just put your blood flow or bleeding. However, they have the pain level, the emotions part, they have sleep, exercise, energy. Don't be scared when you get your period or anything. It's just a sign that you're going into womanhood. I'm not saying you're a grown woman because you're not. I'm not a grown woman, but it's a sign that means you're ready to make babies. But that doesn't mean be sexually active. But if you are, make sure you're on birth control because you don't want to have no babies. When you're in school, you want to carry like a little travel bag. Make sure you have your tampons in there, any pads. Make sure you carry wipes so you can wipe yourself in between when you use the bathroom and stuff like that. You don't want to use toilet paper because toilet paper is just not the best way to go about anything. So you want to carry some wipes. I use baby wipes. I use the HYGIENE brand. If I missed anything, I'll make sure I put it in the description box, you guys. I'll make sure to link the app so you guys can get them if you need it. If you have any questions, just DM me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big like. Comment down some things you would like to see in the future. Subscribe to me, hit that bell so you're notified every time I post, like I said. Follow all my social medias, like I said. And I'll see you guys in my next video.